It's spinning.
Please don't be a pain in my ass, please.
You're live.
We are live! How is everybody doing out there? How is everybody doing out there? My computer's being a little weird, so maybe you're hearing me in the middle of a sentence when it starts. But, Merry fucking Christmas, people. Yes, I say Merry Christmas. You don't like it? Well, you can move on. I'm not going to tell you to do anything more rude than that, but you can move on. The Christmas tree all lit up behind us. Dawn is here again. I missed her last stream.
Did you?
I did.
Well, I was on there.
There in the chat room.
I was in the chat room. I just wasn't
in person where I can touch you and talk to you.
Yes.
But then again, it was more suitable last time since you don't know as much about musicals and stuff.
Exactly. I mean, I didn't really have much to put in because I'm not the biggest. I like musicals.
Yeah.
But, you know.
You're not a total freak like me.
Yeah. I'm not totally obsessed, that's all.
Yes. You're not, oh my God, jazz hands fan girl like I do. Except maybe with Rent occasionally.
Oh, well,
Maybe
but that's Rent. Little. It's an exception. That's Rent. It's an exception.
Yes. Today we're going to be talking about all our favorite and maybe not so favorite Christmas stuff. We didn't really write down the stuff we don't like about Christmas, but we might think of some things as we talk.
That's true.
So tell me something, Dawn. Christmas, your traditions, like the big things that stick out in your head.
The big things that stick out in my head is just having a big family over for dinner. Mm-hmm. I remember
turkey or ham?
Usually ham.
Fair enough.
Usually ham, sometimes turkey. But going and getting to see when I was really, really small, my great aunt Teresa and just other people in the family, my grandmother's brother, everybody called him Buddy. Mm-hmm. And just, I remember being there with everybody and just being thankful to be around that family.
While you talk, I'm going to share the link for the stream on my stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll share my half of it.
Okay. I always had pretty great holidays when I was a kid. Nothing too traumatic or anything like that, just fun. General fun. I remember getting like 3 Christmases, going to my grandmother's house, being with my mom, and then being with my dad.
Uh-huh.
So to say I was spoiled would kind of be an understatement.
Yeah. Well, you have divorced parents trying to outdo each other, and then you have a grandma.
Exactly. And grandma, as we all know, rules the roost and is grandma. Yes. That is grandma. She can do whatever she wants.
That's right. Okay, how do I get this to go into my other thing? I don't want it to go into my... Sorry, I'm like, wait, I don't want it to go into my Star Clark thing. I want it to go into my...
Your group?
Yeah, my LeadingBlind thing. But for some reason, it's not really letting me do that. Actually, that's because it's showing up as an image. Weird. Why are you showing up as an image instead of the video?
Technology is wonderful.
Yeah. So, did you have any favorite gifts that stick out in your head?
I remember when I was a kid wanting twin Cabbage Patch Kids, like so bad.
Oh my God, that's wonderful.
And I got like 2 of them because my grandmother got a set, and then my dad.
Oh,
so
actually, you definitely got it.
Oh yeah, it was like they overlapped. And actually, the funniest thing that I remember, this wasn't at Christmas time, but I remember mother's friend Marie calling her and saying they have the Cabbage Patch Kids and we have to go. And my mother dashed out in her slippers and drove all the way to where she had to go to get me my first Cabbage Patch doll. Her name was Beverly, and I loved her very much.
Yeah. Talking about grandmas and stuff. Okay, it went to my Discord at least. That's something.
That's good.
And that's where most of the people who I'm trying to get a hold of will be anyway.
Good.
Wait, I gotta send one to Mo. I almost completely forgot to send one to Mo. How dare I? For me, like I said, I've had a couple. Most of my like big ones were when I was an adult, like from my husband and stuff. Mm-hmm. But when I was really little, there are those of you who may or may not know, I was a Wizard of Oz freak from birth to 20. So. The board games, the movies, the dolls, the everything, the soundtracks, I had it. If it was out there, I had it. When I was an adult, my cousin even found me a silent movie version
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which was horrible. I never even finished it. I mean, I eventually got rid of it. It was just that bad.
Mhm.
But I mean, we think Disney takes things and runs with it. No, Disney ain't got nothing on these people. And I think this was one L. Frank Baum actually had a part in making.
Ah,
Um, but my grandmother got me all the official MGM dolls, which were basically Barbie dolls. They were Barbie doll size. I could use them with my Barbies because I had a Barbie room dedicated to all my Barbie stuff when I was little. Yeah, spoiled little rich girl. Well, not rich, but you know, you get the idea. Richer than some.
richer than some.
Yes. And she got me the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, the Scarecrow, Dorothy, Glinda, the Wizard, and the Wicked Witch of the West.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'll bet you those were like $30 a piece. I'll bet.
Can you imagine what they were probably worth had we not
Had I not played
had
with
you
them.
not played with them?
Yeah, they're worth a lot of money on eBay.
Yes.
Yeah, and Dorothy came with a little basket with a little Toto in it, you know, and oh, by the time, but I was like 6 or 7 when I got those. So by the time I got rid of Dorothy, well after I got married, you know, I kept those for a long time.
Mhm.
But by the time I was well and truly done with my Dorothy, having been a little kid playing with her, she looked like a $2 Hulk.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't have the pigtail braids anymore. Her hair was like mine gets. Not today because I just got my hair washed yesterday, and she made it all nice and sleek. You know, when I got it cut. I mean,
Mhm.
and but it's good. And I matted, and like part of her hand was chewed like to death because of my little toy poodle. And I mean, I used highlighter and permanent marker and stuff on her face, so so that was one of my big things when I was growing up. Another one was the Barbie house I got that had like an elevator. It went up 3 stories. It was
Wow.
never the one I wanted. Like the dream house I always wanted. I'm like, I want the one with the working lights and makes sound. And I mean, they have way better now, but back then it was still a novelty, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I grew up, my big ones in high school, my dad got me the keyboard, the synthesizer,
Mhm.
which I taught myself how to play, which was great. And then Dean got me my locket. I don't know what happened to it. It's like we moved into the house, the last apartment, and it got lost in the move, and I don't know how. And my heart was broken. He had it engraved with our anniversary and a little saying that it's our little saying, kiss kiss tuck tuck.
Mhm.
It had that on it, and it had our wedding photos in it. It was a little heart locket, and I'd wanted a locket my whole life. Nobody ever got me a locket. So for our first Christmas, he got me a locket. I'm tearing up thinking about that. And I'm trying to think. I think there was one more that he got me, but maybe not. No, maybe not. I'm just thinking of our first Christmas and how it was like the walk and stuff, you know. And then the next year, the only thing we could afford to get each other one thing, and we each got each other hardback novels. Didn't discuss it. Just we each got each other a book in hardcover. He got me like my 6th copy of Susan K's Phantom.
Ah,
I got him Nathan's Run.
he still has that.
Yeah. And for my traditions, well, my uncle was born on Christmas Eve. Now, your husband was born on Christmas Day.
Yes, my husband's birthday is.
My uncle was born on Christmas Eve, so we often celebrate that together. It must have sucked for him growing up, for both of them. But every single Christmas Eve, my mother's family gets together, and I always look forward to that. And we always have lots and lots of food, way too much food, and people are always too full for dessert, but then the desserts come out and there's 6 times as much dessert as there was any other kind of food between appetizers and main meal. And we have to pack so much to go because we went, oh, we want that and we want that and we want that and we want that and we want that. My mom's finger cake and Death by Chocolate is always like the thing, the hit. She's only making one this year though. She's drawing the line.
Good.
Yeah, since Vienna fingers are $4 a package, and you need 3 packages for 1 cake. So
Well, that's
yeah,
pricey.
yeah. But yeah, those are our big holidays. Now that we're married to the Clarks, we have the Gigi's Christmas party every year, and that's a big deal.
Yes,
and we get to have Buckeyes.
we love Buckeyes.
Yes, we love Buckeyes. Can you describe Buckeyes? I don't know if I can.
Buckeyes are
Hi,
peanut butter on the inside and then dipped in chocolate. It's like peanut butter, sugar, and
It's a roll.
it's like rolled.
Yeah.
The the peanut butter is, and then you dip them into the chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah. I had never heard of Buckeyes before going to their Christmas parties. So.
Neither had I.
Yeah.
Of course, for me, that's like almost 20 years ago now. I can't believe it. I'm old.
It's been almost 15 for me. It has been 15 for me because I started going since before I got married.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we are getting old. You're just there a little sooner than me.
A little.
And let's see, I was talking traditions. Oh, well, I get disappointed if it's not there, and I only discovered it a couple of years ago. So they obviously don't make it every year. It's sugared dates. Like
Yes.
I've never had sugared dates, and for me, that trumps the Buckeyes sometimes. It's just a personal preference, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep. The sugared fig basically is what it is. So yummy. So we're going to talk about some of our favorite stuff. We're going to start with movies. You can begin if you would like to.
Okay. Well, one of my favorite movies is How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but I like the Jim Carrey version because I think he was just awesome as the Grinch.
Yeah, I have that on my list too, but I also have the one that Boris Karloff narrated.
Yes, that's very good too.
Yeah, that's the one that has a place in my heart.
Yeah, Who Beast. In Who in Whoville.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, I love that movie. I also have It's a Wonderful Life, which I think.
Me too.
It's a classic.
And it's one of the ones that because it's the one major scene takes place on Christmas, but you can watch it year round.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the story has nothing whatsoever to do with Christmas.
Of course, my husband having been born on Christmas, he sings Christmas carols every month. He'll just randomly start singing the Christmas carol.
I think we all do that once in a while.
Yeah. Oh, I think all of us do it at some point. You're right. But, he's funny because
There'll be times like the middle of summer, I'll be like, I'm going to whip out my Michael Crawford Christmas CD. Like I want to hear these couple of songs. I miss these songs. But I don't make it a habit. It's just if I really want to hear a specific song, I don't care what time of year it is.
Yep. That's true too.
The past couple of years it's been happening less, but for a long time it was like it's the day after Thanksgiving. I'm playing Christmas music.
Yeah.
I would hold off,
Well, go into a store, back to school.
Happy back to school, Thanksgiving, Halloween-mas.
Yeah, Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's the holidays out of order, but it's the easiest way for me to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have It's a Wonderful Life as well. We were talking about the Hays Code and stuff the other day when we were just putting these on the list. And I just remember going, wait, the Hays Code made sure that nothing involving sex could be involved. No, you couldn't really refer to much pregnancy. Of course you could, but you had to be careful about how you talked about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And having two people lying on the same bed was kind of a no-no. You could get away with it, but you had to be super duper careful. So I'm like, wait, they're lying in bed together when she tells him that she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she doesn't say I'm pregnant. So they got around that one because she's like, George barely visits Stork or something like that, And it's like he does the whole stuttering. How long? What does it do? And they just go around it, but they're sitting there in the marital bed. So that you can safely assume that's probably where they made that baby.
Yeah.
So how did they get away with this? There's a direct train of thought right here that people are ignoring, and they got away with it. I love it. They couldn't get away with having a passionate kiss. They had to get into a big heated fight first, which equaled sex back then. And they ended up having an angry kiss, which could not be more than 3 seconds long. And then that's why back then they had a lot of the kisses that were broken up with conversation constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because standards, moral guardians, beware. What else have you got?
Let's see. That's a song, so we'll wait on that one.
Okay.
Look Who's Talking Now.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, another one that doesn't really just a part of it takes place, but it's enough that it's a very important part of the movie. Like It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just gives you the holiday glows.
Yep. And I loved Polar Express.
Polar Express, yeah, a more modern classic, yeah.
More modern classic. And of course, I don't think anyone can forget A Charlie Brown Christmas if you're in my age group.
Yeah, I can forget it because I don't even know if I ever watched it. I probably did when I was really little.
Yeah, well,
But
you're
I
6 years younger than me,
but I
but
was never a big Charlie Brown fan.
right.
Like, I liked the little Peanut comic strip a little bit, but that was about it.
Mhm.
I just always thought Charlie Brown was kinda depressing.
I I think because of when I saw it,
Yeah?
sorry,
Something
squirrel.
catch your attention?
Thought something outside caught my attention. I apologize.
We're facing the
Squirrel,
wrong
I'm
we're facing the wrong way today.
we're facing the wrong way today. We can see things and then we get distracted.
The puppy is trying to distract us.
Yes, and now the
Coming
dog's
between
going to
us.
distract us too.
He's coming between us. He's jealous.
Um,
Kind of a feat considering how close we're sitting.
yeah, but um, I do remember, of course, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Of course.
That was one of my favorites. The claymation one was like, it was like, oh, and I will get to the songs later, and I'll
Yeah.
put a couple other things in there.
Yeah, Burl Eyes, and yeah, we'll
Mhm.
get there. We've got a lot to say about the claymation songs more than the cartoons for me. Anyway.
Yeah, it's more the songs, but I do remember the cartoon. But
Yeah. You know what? I can never catch the original Frosty. Like, that one was my favorite, and I
Mhm.
rarely ever manage to catch that one. They always have Frosty Returns or Frosty's this or Rudolph and Frosty, and it's like, where's just the cartoon with with the magician and the bunny hopping out of the hat and him melting in the hot house and then magically coming back to life because of Santa? Where's that one? Somebody made a comment.
Yes, Rudolph, that's Mo.
Hey Mo,
Hey Mo, how you doing?
sweetie? Glad you made it. We were talking about some of our traditions and our favorite gifts. So if you want to add that, you can. Don't have to, God knows. Do you have other movies listed?
No,
No?
no other movies listed for me.
Okay. So I had It's a Wonderful Life. I had How the Grinch Stole Christmas, both the Karloff and the Carrie one.
Mhm.
I also have multiple versions of A Christmas Carol.
Yeah, I have a hard time picking my favorite of that.
Yeah, well, I have most of the versions in existence except for like the really early ones, like earlier than Albert Finney. I just can't watch because the acting is just so
Mhm.
dated, so
Yeah.
painful,
Yeah.
and as are the effects.
Mm.
She said something else, I think, or
She
somebody
said,
did.
"Hey, ladies."
Okay. So I have the George C. Scott version, which is my personal favorite version, and David Warner plays as Bob Cratchit. And I think he's just the perfect Scrooge, and it's scary and it's dark and gothic, and it's a blast, and I love it. And then I have the Patrick Stewart version because Patrick Stewart is fucking Patrick Stewart, and you will respect him.
Yes, you must respect.
Yes. Yeah, and Joel Grey played the Ghost of Christmas Past, and Richard E. Grant played Bob Cratchit, which is yeah. The Michael Caine version, which is of course the Muppets Christmas Carol.
And I do love the Muppets.
I love the Muppets Christmas Carol. And the Kelsey Grammer musical with Jason Alexander is the ghost of Marley, Jacob Marley, and Ruthie Henschel plays Scrooge's mom, and Jennifer Love Hewitt plays Emily, the Belle character, and all that.
So Mo said, Scrooged. Didn't quite get it as a kid, but I love it now.
Oh yeah, Scrooged is a lot of fun. It's not on my must-watch list anymore. I grew out of it, but I still really appreciate it, and I still will watch it. Actually, I have it, so I should watch it again. One I don't have on my list, but I still appreciate is A Diva's Christmas Carol. I did a review of that on my channel, so people can check that out if they want to. Let's see. I have The Night They Saved Christmas, which was well, it was pre-Lifetime because it was way back when, but it's basically a Lifetime movie special. You know, and it had Victoria Principal, the queen of Lifetime, for a long time, and Paul Williams was in it. He played an elf named Ed.
Ed.
Yeah, he played an elf named Ed, and I loved it. It was because it's been so long since I've gotten a hold of it to watch it. But basically, this family live up in Alaska, like miles and miles from anything. Their dad is like an oil guy, you know, and she kind of wants to go back to civilization with the kids, and he doesn't want her to go, and stuff like that happens. And because of where they're drilling, Paul Williams' character ends up showing up at the dad's office saying, "You've got to stop drilling on site B, site A. I'm begging you to stop because you're going to destroy the North Pole. You're going to destroy Santa."
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of weird stuff going on, seismic stuff going on when they drill.
Right.
And it involves all that, and then bringing the family to the North Pole and introducing them to Santa and Mrs. Claus, and it just had a lot of that what I associate with the holiday fuzzies,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the cute little song that the elves sang. But the big one that was so funny was you see them in like basically the break room of the workshop,
Okay.
waiting for Santa to show up, and the elves are everywhere singing Jingle Bells, right? Just everywhere you go, like they're all jingle bell, you know, like not normally loud and obnoxious, but they just can't seem to stop. And you hear a booming voice like Ed, and he's like, "Oh no, boys, you gotta stop!" You know, Santa comes in and he's looking around like, "Oh, this fucking shit again." Look on his face, and he's like, "Enough!" And everybody like stops. He's like, "I told you once. I told you 100 times. You can sing anything you want. White Christmas, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, but no more Jingle Bells." And he sits down, you know, he introduces himself to the family. He's like, "I'm very sorry about that, but 360 years of one song is enough." Then we got 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, which was another Rankin and Bass one, but it was animated.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Grey was a major voice in it, and that's the one I told you about, between a family and a little mice family that live in the house, and it leads up to the classic poem at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Santa Claus, the movie. I skipped one by accident, but the Santa Claus, the movie. Dudley Moore and Richard, neither one of them were Santa.
Okay.
Like John Lithgow played an asshole villain toy tycoon. You know, like he was getting sued by people for unsafe toys because they were finding like sawdust and broken glass and all kinds of shit in his teddy bears, and you know, he just don't care. Just bring me the money. And Dudley played Patch, who was one of Santa's elves. And he gets to know John Lithgow's step-niece, who's like this little rich girl, and this orphan kid who ends up kind of getting together her. Santa and Mrs. Claus end up adopting them at the end, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, essentially. Then there's Mrs. Santa Claus with Angela Lansbury. And Terrence Mann is in there too, who I love. You know how much I love me a Terrence Mann.
Yeah.
And he basically plays the same character as John Lithgow, except this is just in an older time period. He's a nasty toy maker.
Yeah.
But Santa Claus warms his evil little heart at the end.
Of course he does.
Of course she does. Then there's... No, I put Mrs. Santa Claus down twice. Oh. The last one I have is The Lion in Winter, which is a 1970s movie starring Anthony Hopkins, Peter O'Toole, Katharine Hepburn, Timothy Dalton, and a couple of other people. And I meant to start the podcast with that line. It's a Christmas drama. It's just based around Eleanor of Aquitaine, King Richard, you know, the future King Richard, King Henry, so Prince Richard, Geoffrey, and John, from Robin Hood fame. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So so Princes Richard, Geoffrey, and John, with Queen Eleanor of Aquitaine and King Henry.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was the 5th, but I could be wrong about that. And it's a family drama. Like, he's got to pick a successor to the throne, and he has the mistress who's the sister of the King of France, and he's supposed to let his mistress marry his oldest son, so he can be the king with her, and you know, all this different drama. You know, trying to kill each other behind each other's backs and stuff, all kinds of things. And there's all kinds of... Peter O'Toole's brilliant in that one. There's a line where he's just finished. He's talked to everybody in the room for the first time in a long time. And he's like, you know, I'm going to talk to the Prince of France, and we're going to bicker, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and you will support your father throughout this process. It's all the interaction they have with each other at first.
Mm-hmm.
Then they greet the Prince Philip and this and that. And then after King Philip leaves the room, he looks around. He's like, "So, what shall we hang? The holly or each other?" And I'm like, oh, it's filled with great lines like that. And it's the first time I ever really saw Anthony Hopkins cry convincingly. Because one of the things I saw him in a later movie called Shadowlands, he weeps in that one because he's just lost his wife in that movie. And it's like, it's not believable in that one. It just looks so fake, even though it's supposed to be these big, heart-wrenching sobs. It's like, I just don't buy it. I'm sorry. You're brilliant, but I don't buy it. But I bought it in The Lion in Winter when he was like 27.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my movies. You got any other favorite movies that I forgot to list, Mo? I mean, you're not going to tell me Die Hard or something, are you? Hey, can you see where it says how many people yet? It should be up there somewhere.
It's 3.
3 people. Ooh. Yay. I'm not one of them either. That's amazing. Wonder who else is there, but whatever. They don't want to talk. They don't have to.
Krampus is what.
Krampus is a good one. Is that the same person who did Gremlins, or is that just a coincidental feel to it? It's a black comedy horror Christmas movie. I think you can watch it on Netflix if you want to.
I think it was on there, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of Krampus. I almost got through it, but I just kept kind of getting bored. But by the way, Gremlins, another great dark comedy that happens to be a Christmas movie. There's a lot of Christmas in that one. But again, it's not my favorite. I don't watch it for Christmas, you know? So where would you like to go next? We got the TV episodes, we got books, we got songs. Do you want to do songs last?
We'll do songs last.
Okay.
So let's do Christmas books.
Christmas books? Okay. Well, I only have like one listed because they're obviously, I haven't read a lot that, well, I have 2 actually. One takes place around Christmas, but it's not exactly Christmas, which is Step on a Crack by James Patterson.
Yeah.
It's the first Michael Bennett book. It's like, you know, it's a murder mystery, but it takes place around Christmas. There are a few things that happen almost because it's Christmas, or it gives you the extra emotional gut punch for some of the bad things that happen in it. Like the main character's wife is dying of cancer in that one, and she dies on Christmas night, I think.
Yep. So, and they have like 13 children.
Yeah.
Or something like
that. He have 10 children, all of them adopted.
Yes.
And they're all under 14 years old. Yeah. And I mean, that's not all there is to the story, but it's a huge gut punch, and like the whole ending just kind of makes you cry. Yeah. The entire ending, from like when she dies to the very last lines when, you know, his youngest daughter is like, "Baby Peep misses Mommy Peep." You know? Yeah. I'm like, oh God. Whoever reads that book, the audiobook is amazing.
It's amazing. They're so awesome.
He is wonderful. Both of them are. Yeah, you're right. 2 people read it, but the guy who does Michael Bennett, when he does the emotional parts. Because somebody reads for the bad guys and somebody reads for the hero. And I have Christine Feehan's Dark Celebration, because y'all know I'm into my vampires, and there's the book series, the Dark series, otherwise known as the Carpathian novels, that I love to read. And the Carpathian Dark Celebration. Dark Celebration is it basically brings all the characters we've got to meet so far together back in the Carpathian Mountains in their home country with their new spouses and their kids and whatever else to celebrate Christmas together. And I read all the author's notes, and she's like, you know, they commissioned me to write a happy little Christmas story, and I did that. But, you know, this being me, all that happiness just kept getting poisoned by all this darkness. So the book came out really dark. Oh, did she write more stuff?
Mo said, guy that did Trick or Treat.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yep. Trick or Treat is a really good Halloween movie. It's a, what do you call those? The movies where they like have multiple movies or multiple stories in them?
Oh,
it's actually literally, it's a Halloween Pulp Fiction. So if you know Pulp Fiction, it's kind of like that type of story.
Okay.
Like the multiple, yeah.
Can't think of what it's called.
Yeah. I forget. It's like compilation. Not exact. Compilation isn't exactly right, but it's close enough for government work. Can I talk straight today? I think so. And I have read A Christmas Carol, and I do enjoy it. There are parts of it that are pretty much not in most of the movies, or they're brushed over so fast that are I like that I wish were there. But
well, Enzo wants to join in. Yes,
he does.
He does.
Enzo puppy, come here.
Go see mommy.
Hey, wrong way.
Go that way.
Can you come over here?
I think you might have to go.
You might have to go around. Buddy. No, I just want to be loved. Just pet me. I don't care if I'm on screen. Just pet me, because he is camera shy. He's camera shy.
That's true.
And of course, the book, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yes.
Vinny loves when I read that book to him. Like, year round. Mommy, read Grinch. You're 10 years old. You read it. Mommy, read Grinch. Oh, okay. Can you think of any other ones that take place around the holidays? Did we say that Sundays at Tiffany's? Sundays at Tiffany's.
Yeah, you did say something about Sundays.
Yeah, I forgot to look it up. I was going to see if Sundays at Tiffany's was holiday based, but I don't remember. It's really sad. It's this Sundays at Tiffany's is another James Patterson book, except it's one of his rare romances. He's not that good at romance. But it's this girl who like spends every Sunday at Tiffany's with her rich ass mom, and she had an imaginary friend that ends up coming back when she grows up for some reason, like a drop dead Fred type thing. Like, you need somebody in your corner, so this guy just randomly shows up to make sure you're okay, and they end up falling in love, and then she makes a wish or something, and he ends up becoming real somehow. And they end up together, something like that. It's been a while since I read it. I have not had an urge to read it a second time, but I did like the movie, because they did make a movie based on it. Sundays at Tiffany's. It's pretty decent. TV series, TV episodes, like specials. Episodes. Did you have any listed at all? Did you ever think of any?
Something, one of the Vampire Diaries one's been.
Okay, well, which one are you thinking of? Last season or an
I think it's the last season.
Okay. Well, I've got two listed, but there was a third one. I didn't know the name of it. I couldn't click on those episodes to check the summaries. But it was there's one where Bonnie is stuck in the other dimension in the prison world. And she's putting up the Christmas tree and she's decorating it, and everybody else is back home celebrating, And so, I mean, I don't remember much of that episode, but those moments stuck out to me because she's trying to celebrate Christmas stuck completely alone in this universe.
Right.
And everybody else is trying to cope with not having her there, thinking she's dead. They all think she's dead at that time.
Right, because you don't find out till later.
Yeah. I mean, I think a couple people know because Damon clued them in. But they didn't want to get anybody's hopes up that they could get her out.
Right.
There is a moment in one of them, the episode called The Map of Moments, that I remember because back before I was actually watching the TV series, I used to tape something that came on after the Vampire Diaries on the same channel, so the end would tape. And I saw a man drowning a woman in a fountain while a really melancholy version of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, which is a melancholy as fuck song by itself, plays over it. And this is a moment that stuck out to me since long before I watched it, and now having seen the episode and knowing the context, it sticks out to me way more, because that's when Klaus kills Tyler's mother. Yes. All of his hybrids are dead. They've, that's the episode where he kills the 12 hybrids. They've killed the 12 witches, all that. But he had to kill all his hybrids.
Right.
And he was set up to do that, and he gets pissed off at Tyler and kills his mom.
That's a very...
Yeah, not very nice and Christmassy, but it happened at Christmas time, and so it sticks out in my head, and I remember it. It was a very Christmas-oriented episode.
Yes, and if you know his character anyways, you know that he would do that.
He would do that. He did do that many times over.
He was not
through that show and his own show.
Wonderful, upstanding, and happy, and go no.
And the last Vampire Diaries episode I have listed was oh wait, no, the map of moments was the Bonnie one, I think. The one that Klaus was "Oh Come All Ye Faithful" was the one where Klaus drowned Tyler's mom. And the other one I have listed is "The Next Time I Hurt Somebody, It Could Be You."
Yeah.
And that's the final Christmas episode. And I remember that one because all Caroline wants is to have her fucking Christmas with her friends and family and her goddamn boyfriend before he disappears to serve the devil for a year. It's all she fucking wants. And everything is going wrong.
Yes.
Including Stefan getting literally killed by his brother so that way his soul can talk to his new boss for a while before his body is restored. Because at that point, it doesn't matter if his heart is torn out; he's gonna come back because Kate says he can.
Right.
You definitely staked him with a wooden stake, but because he's not under contract to the vampire rules right now, he's under my contract. He's coming back. But it's just like, ooh, and then you have that moment at the end where he wakes up and he grabs her because he has until midnight of Christmas before he has to go and do this. So this is his last chance to be with her all, And he's just lost the entire day because of his dickhead of a brother. And he grabs her and he pulls her under the mistletoe and he kisses her and he tells her, how much he loves her and how much he can't wait to, he's like just telling her, like, I agreed to do something that you're not going to like, and he's trying to tell her he's going to turn off his emotions and this and that. And she's just like, you're going to bring me back, And it's never him, is it? It's not him that does it in the end. It's like it's not even his own brother that does it. It's because he turns human. It's the next time we see him with emotions, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any.
Yeah. Sorry for mumbling, but I got a little confused. What else do I have? Yeah. Legacies. I couldn't remember any from the originals that stuck out to me as Christmas episodes. But Legacies, which was the other sister show, just had their Christmas episode for season 2. And it's called This Christmas Was Surprisingly Violent. And there is a battle royale, like WrestleMania version, battle royale between Santa Claus and Krampus, who looks more like Meg Mucklebones from Legend. And he rips out Krampus's heart. And he doesn't look like she mentioned Krampus, but there's another movie called A Christmas Horror Story in which there is a fight between a Santa and a Krampus. And that Santa is built like he's freaking Odin, This Santa is the shorter, stouter, really jolly, booming, ho, 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 happy-go-lucky Santa. But even this Santa, while he's fighting Krampus, you buy that he might hand you a candy cane as he's going, Merry Christmas, motherfucker. I mean, it's so cheesy and, oh my God, this was one of the stupidest episodes of the show so far. Legacies was made for teenagers who can't watch something without a bunch of disgusting humor and gore and, Yeah. And it's a monster of the week type episodical. It bugs me a little. But I am still enjoying it at the moment, but it's starting to lose me. But for a show that started out so strong and it's in its 3rd incarnation, essentially, from the Vampire Diaries to the originals to Legacies.
Right.
That's pretty good that it took them that long.
Yeah.
Did she post something else, or is that something that was already there?
That's just Enzo.
Okay.
Wants to try it.
Okay. Because I can't tell. There was one other episode I had listed. That was a special Christmas episode, and it was The Old Beauty and the Beast. And it was called God Bless the Child. And in this one, you remember The Old Beauty and the Beast?
Yes.
Yeah. Catherine is a suicide prevention operator for the holidays, because you know how they always go berserk during the holidays. And she's talking to this homeless prostitute who's pregnant. And she's like, I wasn't supposed to. I broke every single rule, but I had to meet her because she just sounded so, She was really worried that this girl just needed somebody to talk to and to give her a nice hot bowl of soup. And what they end up doing is Father and Vincent agree to bring her down into the tunnels and let her live down there with them and get rid of her nasty life up there. She can, and there's a little test or whatever, and Father has a discussion with her. He's like, usually we have an extremely long, complicated process to letting people in on this secret, but it did seem a little bit like an emergency. So I need you to tell me why I should do this, why I should cut the tape and, do this.
Mhm.
And she just gives this heartwarming speech about, if you just give my baby a chance, I promise I won't let you down. And in this episode, this girl starts to fall in love with Vincent. And it's really hard for Vincent because he realizes for the first time, he's like, I never thought I would have love with anybody.
Mhm.
And I found Catherine, and it never occurred to me I could be somebody else's choice.
Mhm.
And it kind of hits him hard. He's not really so much tempted by her. It's just the situation, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And he's trying not to bring this out on Catherine and all that. And she gives birth, but then because Vincent rejects her, for Catherine, as
Mhm.
gently as he did it, she runs away. She leaves the baby in the tunnels and runs away. But Catherine finds her and eventually talks her into coming back. And she names the baby Catherine.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really sweet. And it's just this really heartwarming episode, And it's late 80s, early 90s. It's so cheesy. But I love it so much. I will watch that episode with you someday. I'll watch the whole series with you someday. So that's it for that. I don't know if you had any other things to list. For that. No. We're going through this pretty fast.
41 minutes.
Yeah, but usually it's like almost 3 hours. I mean, we're going fast.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
we still have to talk about all this. That could take us a while, especially if we get going.
Yeah.
We could get going with this. You guys know how much I like to just have a personalized concert. So, music.
Oh, well, I don't think I could live without I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
Nope, that was one of the first things I wrote down too. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only hippopotamus will do. Yeah. No crocodiles, no rhinoceroses. I only want hippopotamuses. It's so funny and charming, and it's just like that song makes me happy.
Yeah.
Like, I want the little dancing hippo that sings that song. Like, Lowe's sells it every year, and they want like $40 for it. And it's like, no, sorry, can't spend that, but I want you. I want you.
And I don't know. I had kind of an assortment of things on mine. I remember
I got all kinds.
I got all kinds of stuff. But I remember the first time I heard Grandma got run over by a reindeer. I was like, "Mommy, they'll run over Grandma," and I was like devastated. You know what I mean? I'm like,
It was not a fun experience for her.
It was not. I was like just devastated. No one can run over my grandma, and my mom's going, "It's just a song, honey." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So no one's gonna run over my Nana. She's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay," and then.
Oh, hi, Vinny. What are you doing? Getting a snack? Apparently.
Whamageddon.
Do you need me to put the magnifier on?
No, I just Wham! Last Christmas. Love me some George Michael.
Wham! Okay, I don't really know if I know that one. You'll have to send me a link to the video or something at some point. Not right this second, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I only really know the song "Faith" by George Michael. It's the only song I know. You gotta have faith, the faith, the faith.
Can you please open this?
Hey, words. What do you know?
Please.
It's okay.
I'm gonna go do this for him.
Oh, he can do it.
Oh, he can do it.
He can do it on his own. Yeah. Vinny.
Take two.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Vinny. Remember the white button on the top, not the lower one. Okay.
Take two.
More like take 6 at the rate you're going.
There you go. Throw this away. Why don't you put your phone down while you do it?
The Night Santa Went Crazy by Weird Al Yankovic. I don't know that one.
Oh, and I know a lot of Weird Al stuff, but I haven't heard that one. I'll have to look that one up.
But there is another one that just made me think of that. I have a Twisted Christmas song here.
Mm-hmm.
But one I forgot about was it was a play on 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, but it was Jack Nicholson.
Oh.
Yeah, The Night of Jack Nick or something. I don't remember.
Oh
my God, I'll play that for you. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. It's that same thing. Yep.
The Night Santa went
Yep.
crazy. Yep.
All right, what else have you got?
Let's see. I don't think my life would be complete without the Chipmunk song.
Christmas, Christmas time is here. Time for fun, joy, and time for cheer. We've been good, but we can't wait. Yeah.
I love that song.
Oh my God, I love that song. Which I think the first time I actually heard it was in Look Who's Talking Now.
Oh,
it came- I was
that's
like,
true. It was
yeah,
in that movie.
Yeah, it's like I probably heard it before that, but never registered it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because obviously that movie came out when I was like over 10.
Yeah.
So I probably had heard it before, just never registered it because I used to watch the Chipmunks religiously when it was on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I have that on my list too. I'll go through a couple of my particulars, I guess.
Okay.
I have "Oh Holy Night," the one that Michael Ball sings, but Clay Aiken's is also a really, really good rendition.
I have Clay Aiken on one.
Yeah, I've got the Little Drummer Boy, / Peace on Earth, Bing and Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
Bing Crosby and David Bowie. My favorite version of that song. I do also love the Vienna's Boy Choir, which is the one used in the Rankin and Bass little claymation movie of the Little Drummer Boy. But I mean, honestly, I can usually not understand those little twerps. So she said something.
Charlie Brown Christmas theme, kind of somber, but I love it.
She has that on her
I
list.
have
Christmas Time is here. Yeah.
Christmas Time is here. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of hate that song.
Huh,
It's okay that you love it. It depresses the shit out of me, and I change it every time I hear it on the stations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is what it is. You know. I've got Silver Bells, the Clay Aiken version, because he does my favorite rendition. His voice is so amazing for that
I
song.
have to eat it out here.
Yeah, you do. But you're gonna have to turn your phone way, way down, okay?
You might hear some crunching.
Crunching is fine as long as I don't keep hearing your phone. Well, obviously. Hey, this bag actually filled most of the way. Didn't fill as much as it should have still, but most of these haven't been popping halfway. Hey, Vinny, what's your favorite Christmas song?
Answer, mommy.
Do you want to be a part of this podcast?
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite song.
Turn that off for a second.
Mr. Grinch.
You're a
mean
one.
Mr. Grinch. You're a nasty, wasty skunk. Okay, here.
Do you like that song, Grinch? And peace out.
Get back over here with that popcorn. You don't belong in the living room. Thank you. Chair, table. Go. Try and keep an eye on that, okay?
Okay.
Then I have my Christmas medley by Michael Crawford sings on his Christmas CD. Vinny, you have to turn that down. It's very distracting. I don't want to wait a minute. Thank you. It's a bunch of songs. I can't remember all of them. It's Once in Royal David City, Silent Night, We Three Kings of Orient are. There's like 8 songs in it. I can't remember all of them without listening to it. If I was singing along with it, I could I would know exactly what was coming next, but just trying to remember is not gonna work. I have a couple of Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers songs, which is Christmas Without You and Christmas to Remember. Christmas Without You is Christmas without you, a white Christmas and I'm blue. I love you, I need you, so sad and so true. Christmas without you, I just can't get used to. I just have no use for Christmas without you. And was the other one, You Make This a Christmas to Remember, right? Yeah, Christmas to Remember. I actually remember that one because they did like music videos, like a concert on TV when I was into the album.
Mhm.
you know, in middle school. So I got to see like they're in a ski lodge. That's what the whole Christmas song is about. Two people that met at a ski lodge
Mhm.
by chance. It's basically a rom-com of Christmas, like the one we just watched, except set in a ski lodge.
Mhm.
No.
Maybe it's a Christmas to remember. Springtime feelings in the middle of December. Though it's cold outside, we'll just tap the burning embers. Oh, whoa, what a Christmas to remember. Yeah. I have so many songs. You gotta have way more too.
Let's see. I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
It's still the same color. You're fine.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay. Dominic the Donkey. um,
Yeah, they were playing that in the fire truck when Santa came around our neighborhood,
uh,
and it was louder than the fire siren. It was
That's-
painful.
that's
That's very painful.
that's
I'm like, that's a hell of a song, but you're literally making my ears bleed because it was so loud.
Let's see what she said here. She said the late horror show. Hey Star. So the
Hey
Late
Dino, how are you doing? We've been talking about all our favorite Christmas stuff. Right now, we're talking the songs.
Who's Dino?
Somebody I know.
And he says Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas indeed. I hope you have a really good one. Oh,
Nice to meet you, Dino.
that's Vinny for you. Yeah. Which was the one you just listed?
The one I just listed. Dominic the Donkey.
Dominic the Donkey. Yeah, gotta love that one.
Yeah.
My next one was a funny one too, which is the 12 Pains of Christmas.
Oh,
Tis the
rigging up the lights.
I'm finding a Christmas tree. Oh my god, I love that song so much. I hate the 12 days of Christmas, but I love the 12 Pains of Christmas. Hey Dino, what are let's see, Christmas movies we talked about, Christmas TV shows or specials, and now we're doing the music. So I'm totally opening to that. Did you lose track of your thoughts for a second?
I did.
Oh.
Sorry, they'll come back. It might be when this is over, but they'll come back.
Come back. I need you.
I do remember when I was a kid, just
Any
my
fun?
dad, this was really cool. I was about 6 and I went to work with him. He worked at Aetna as a systems analyst. And he had me and like one of my friends on this computer. And what we didn't know was the guy sitting in the other cubicle was asking us what we wanted for Christmas and everything.
Okay.
And then we were all shocked when we got exactly what we said. And my dad was like, I set that up so that you guys would tell me what you wanted for Christmas and I didn't have to. So it was really neat. My dad was always thinking of stuff like that. He loved Christmas and he loved surprising people.
And he loved kids.
And he still loves kids.
Yeah.
He just adores children.
He puts up with my son. That's special.
He loves Vinny. Please, he's like,
does.
how's Vinny? He's always asking, how's Vinny? Vinny's good.
When can I bring Vinny to dinner?
Yeah, when can I bring Vinny to dinner? I want to take Vinny to dinner. So,
It's like, Chuck, I would get ideas if I didn't know you better. It would be worrying.
Yeah, well, but it's weird because they call him the baby whisperer because if a baby cries and he picks that child up and he just puts him like right on his chest, that every baby he ever does that to falls asleep, ever falls asleep. He is the baby whisperer.
I love it. Let me see. What else do I have? 12 Pieces of Christmas. Oh, my other Twisted Christmas song, Stuck Up in the Chimney.
I don't know that one.
There's something stuck up in the chimney, and I don't know what it is, but it's been there all year long. I'll be waiting up for Santa like I did last year, but my brother says he's already here. And he's stuck up in the chimney, and he doesn't say a word, but I wish you a Merry Christmas. And we'll have him every Christmas. Oh, what else you got?
Oh my goodness. This was one I used to be afraid of when I was a kid. Nothing for Christmas. I'm getting nothing
For Christmas, mommy and daddy, you're mad. Yeah.
A musical stream, Love It Star. That was from Late Late Horror Show.
You got it. I'm always singing in my show.
And you
Can't
can
shut
just
me up.
disregard my voice because I sing enthusiastically, if nothing else.
Yes. You can carry a tune at least a little bit better than Dean, who couldn't carry a tune in a bucket with both hands. If it was frozen.
Well, okay. I don't know. I never really listen. I'm always singing when your husband is singing. So I would imagine between the two of us, we sound rather like a cat in a blender. But we're still enthusiastic about it. We're very.
Whether we can hold the tune or not, we sing very enthusiastically in our family. Without apology. You got anything else?
Let me see. They say Up on the Housetop.
Up on the Housetop is a good one.
Yep. Jingle Bell Rock.
Oh, of course.
And you know what other one I was just thinking about? Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
Oh yeah,
Rocking
definitely.
Around.
The Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. You know, that one became a staple of mine after Home Alone came out. Because I think that's in that movie.
I believe
for some
it is.
reason. It's just, that one gives me good feels. And I want to go back in time so I can actually go to parties where they play those songs and people would actually dance to them. Because I like cutting a rug.
Mo, that's an offense to cats and blenders. Laugh out loud.
Oh, burn.
Ouch. Mo, ouch.
Okay, you mentioned Grandma got run over by a reindeer earlier.
I did.
And I got a couple of other Elmo and Patsy songs. I got Percy the Puny Poinsettia.
Which you just sang for me a while ago. I
Yeah.
hadn't heard that one.
Yeah. Percy the Puny Poinsettia, hanging his plume in display. If they had just kept him wetter, he'd be a houseplant today. Folks like the other plants better. Now he's alone on the shelf. Even a plant with no uncle or aunt shouldn't spend Christmas Day by himself. And there was one other one. They also did a song called "Here's to the Lonely," but I'm so screwed up on the lyrics today that I'm not even gonna try that one. It was not a funny song. It was a sad song. Yeah, it was a little sadder. It was like there are lots of people out there, so here's to the lonely. You know.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna get you for that, Mo. I'm coming back with another.
We got lots more songs where that came from.
Yeah.
What else have you got?
Let's see. Oh, I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Oh yeah. Do you have a favorite version of it at all? I don't know if I have a favorite version.
I don't really. I just really like the song. I haven't.
I mean, I'm trying to think. I think my favorite version is sung by a female, but I don't know the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think she's a country artist. It's somebody like maybe Alison Krauss or somebody like that. You know, like a more rock poppy voice.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she sings it the classical way. Right. So. Let's see. There's my hippopotamus for Christmas. I love Celtic Women's version of Ding Dong Merrily on High. Ding dong merrily on high. Da, 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 yeah. I love Bellawood, which is not technically a Christmas song, but it takes place on Christmas Day, by Garth Brooks. Yeah, that one takes place in World War I, and it's about the truce that was reached between the opposing sides to quit the battle for all of Christmas Day. And then somebody in the American trenches hears somebody singing Silent Night over in German. On the German trenches, and he just stands up and starts singing, and across the way he can see the German soldiers standing in the trenches that's singing Silent Night, and everybody just starts singing Silent Night. And for that one moment, they're like, if we can do this for just this minute,
Mhm.
if we can find this connection now, we have a chance, But
Yeah.
then, of course, what's the lyric? Then the devil's struck. Then the devil's clock struck midnight, and the skies lit up again, and the battlefield where heaven stood was blown to hell again.
Mhm.
Yeah. But for just one shining moment, the answer seemed so clear. The answer's not beyond the clouds; it's just beyond the fear.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, I love that line. I love that whole song. I did not know that was him for like years. Like I thought it was. I saw the music video and I heard it, but he had like the beard back then in the music video. So I was like, is that Garth? I don't,
Mhm.
And I asked my brother's like, no, that's not Garth. I don't know who that is. Dean's much better at help with the Garth stuff.
I don't think there's much he doesn't know.
This is
about
true.
Garth.
This is true. I mean, he likes the Chris Gaines album.
Yeah.
But he hasn't heard the Man in the Machine one that I have. And I still haven't listened to that whole thing. But I asked for it for Christmas because I knew he was coming out with a new album and I got it. And I tried to listen to it. And I don't love it as much as his old stuff. So, Elvis's Blue Christmas.
Yes.
Gotta love Elvis's Blue Christmas. I've got a couple. I've got another Garth. Well, it was done way before Garth Brooks, but he's the only person I've heard do it. Santa looked a lot like Daddy. Do you know that one?
I don't know that song.
Well, Santa looked a lot like Daddy, or Daddy looked a lot like him. He's not the way I had him pictured. Santa Claus was much too thin. He didn't come down the chimney, so Mama must have let him in. So if Santa wasn't really Daddy, then I'm not gonna tell on him. It's the I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus with a Twist, and it's a movie. It's a song that came out in the 50s, I think.
Mhm.
But it's been redone by so many people. I think the song makes me happy. Kind of like the Billing Ball Here's Your Sign Christmas album. It just makes me happy.
Billing Ball does make me smile.
Yes. Then I have two more. I've got Merry Christmas War is Over, the Melissa Etheridge one. Yes. I mean, I like the other version, which was, who was it, like Paul McCartney or something? I don't remember who did
so.
it.
I believe it was Paul
And We Need a Little Christmas, Angela Lansbury. From Maine, the musical. Who are the rest of yours?
I think we covered most of them.
Yeah?
Yep. Holly Jolly Christmas.
Holly Jolly Christmas. Burl Ives, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Burl Ives. Oh, we didn't cover your Jimmy Durante favorite.
Oh, Frosty the
Snowman.
I love.
I love that song. I love Jimmy Durante.
Mo says, I saw Daddy kissing Santa Claus.
Yeah, I've heard that one too. It's still heteronormative, though, which is kind of disappointing.
Carol of the Bells, Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yes and no. That song gets so overplayed on the stations up here when it's the holiday season that I want to rip my hair out. Like, I love it, but at the same time, I'm like, I want to hear the choral version again. I never hear the choral version of it anymore. I think it's just me missing the choral arrangement versus hating the Trans-Siberian choir, orchestra, It's like, sweet silver bells, all seem to say Christmas. Yeah, it's like, I sang it in middle school. It's been so long, I don't know half the lyrics anymore, but it's just like, it's so pretty. Like, in the Tim Allen Santa Claus movie, they had the choral version in the beginning of it, and I loved listening to that soundtrack to that one. Are there any Christmas songs you hate? Like, no offense, Graham, please don't haunt me for this, but I can't stand the fucking Silent Night anymore. And it's because of her overplaying it my entire existence until she died when I was 36. I'm 36 now, so I was 33 or something. It's just like, God damn it, Grandma. It's just like with Amazing Grace. It's like she wanted me to sing it at her funeral, and by the time she died, I was like, nope. I will sing anything other than that. No. I'm so freaking sick of that song. I can't even do it for you. I'm sorry. I'm like, I will sing Danny Boy. I will sing Ave Maria. I will sing Pie Jesu, but I'm not singing that one. Do you need me to pull it closer?
It says any non-Wham version of Last Christmas.
Fair enough. Yeah. I don't know if I've heard any version other than the Wham version, but I kind of don't like that song either.
Yeah.
I don't hate that song. It's just overplayed because of the movie tie-ins now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I know there are a couple that I just. For a little while there was a Jingle Bell ripoff called the Rusty Old Chevrolet that I was not very big on.
I think I might have heard it at some point. I don't really remember it.
Yeah. Or what is it? What's the Redneck Reindeer song?
Oh,
It's not Larry. It's like. Well, the Redneck Reindeer song, whatever it is, the Redneck Reindeer song is obnoxious. Most of the redneck songs are obnoxious. It's like my mom keeps bringing home these funny Christmas songs. I'm like, Mom, you can't beat Twisted Christmas. Get them the fuck out of my house. I grew up with Twisted Christmas, though, so.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Billing Hole one is really funny. But some of his songs are actually serious, you know? I mean, he's got really funny ones, and then he's got some really, like, Fruitcake Makes Me Puke. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he's got some really funny ones, but some of them are more serious, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a modern classic, but for me, it's modern. Is Merry Christmas, Darling.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there are obvious reasons why I fell in love with that one. Because Dean was in the Army and I wasn't married yet. Because, you know, it's about a long-distance relationship. So that one. I'm trying to think of other ones I don't like. And there are a couple that drive me nuts, but I can never think of what they are.
Until you hear them, and then that was it.
Yeah, that was it right there. Damn it, right there. I love Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, but it does get a little overplayed. Because everybody's covered it. Everybody's covered it. I mean, I go out in the car, I leave the house, and it's playing with the original singer, and I'm coming home, and it's somebody else. You know. Where Are You Christmas? You didn't say that one yet?
No.
Did you have that on your list, or
no?
No, you just mentioned it. Okay, it's just because we were talking about the list. And okay, I like Where Are You Christmas though, from How the Grinch Stole Christmas, 2004, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever it came out, yeah. But this feels like such a short stream. I feel weird slowing down already. Oh my. Oh, for anybody who gives a damn, I was talking earlier about all the different versions of A Christmas Carol that I have. I also have the Albert Finney Christmas Scrooge version, and there is a Western version with Jack Palance out there as the Scrooge character. So you can hunt that down if you want, because it's just if you're a completist, you know, if you got to see all the versions out there, it exists and it's worth a shot. I wasn't that highly impressed by it, and I was in middle school, but I wanted to see something with Jack Palance in it. And you know, I've seen very, very little with him in it. So, and after that performance, it's no wonder. Yeah, I love the Albert Finney musical, which, thank you very much, thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone ever done for me. And what did he do? It turned out he died. He died. Made a lot of songs popular, that one. Michael Crawford does a cover of a song called Scarlet Ribbons.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever heard that one.
No.
Michael Ball does a song. There are two songs he did that I've never heard anybody else do, although I'm sure they exist before that. One was called The River. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. That's all I really remember because I haven't had the album in so long. I can't find a replacement anywhere. And the other one he does is like Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. May we all have our hopes or will to try. If we don't, we might as well lay down and die. Oh, you and I. Like, it has this depressing line in it, but it's actually a, let's keep going, song. I obviously sing that in the wrong key. Damn, that hurt. Plus, I'm drinking chocolate. It's not good for the throat, for the vocal cords. My hot cocoa is getting cold. So, who else out there can tell us some of the favorite things they've gotten for Christmas? Because the one I forgot to mention was when Daddy got me those tickets to see A Christmas Carol at the Hartford stage. A Christmas Carol in the round. That was the night my husband proposed to me. That was awesome. An awesome night. A beautiful romantic night. I had front row seats, and it turned out the seats that my dad got me were in the exact seats that I sat in when I saw it my senior year, which was nice. I love front row seats, standing O time. And I knew the cast would come out for their curtain call right next to where I was sitting.
Mhm.
You know me, I love the interactions with the cast when I go see a show. So that was phenomenally fun. And I can't remember if it was that night or the night when I saw it as a senior when Scrooge forgot a line.
Oh,
So they're just like, yep. And the person who plays like multiple roles, but in that scene, he is playing the female maid, is just waiting. And he's like, as a doornail, sir. He's like, yes, dead as a doornail. He's like, I can't say anything until you say this line. You have to. So he just fed him the line. It's like, you can tell you've been doing this for years. Because I think it's been like a lot of it's been the same cast for like over a decade, Maybe not every year, but for a long time it was. By now it's not the same cast, I'm sure. It's been 16 years. I'm sure it's not the same cast anymore. So yeah, that, my Wizard of Oz dolls, and my keyboard were the most special gifts. Christmas at my grandmother's house, because I'd have Christmas with my parents at home, and then we'd go to my grandma and my grandpa's, and we'd have dinner there, and she'd have this huge spread. Her Christmas tree, like it would be like one half of the tree was for my brother, one half of the tree was for me. And I'm sure she had gifts for my cousin somewhere, but I never noticed them. Maybe because she would already have gone there before we came over, probably.
Mhm.
But I mean, how far is this table away from the tree, would you say?
4 feet.
4 feet? That would be around all the sections of the tree that weren't up against the wall worth of presents from my grandparents alone.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 garbage bags. Like when you go to carry them home, 6 garbage bags for me, and then 6 garbage bags for my brother to get everything home. We were spoiled little shits. I have no shame in admitting I grew up spoiled. I am still spoiled. And I have to own it. It's not like I've been deprived my whole life. I grew up extremely fortunate, and I've grown up around people who were not nearly so. But when you're growing up like that, you don't realize it. You're just like, oh, this is life. Then you grow up and you're like, I really wish I'd had that person over for Christmas one year, because I know my grandma, they would have taken care of them.
Yeah.
We would have taken care of them. They would have had a good Christmas one year,
Yeah.
Just something to make their, and I'm sure they had okay Christmases, at least sometimes. But all about my friend and his miserable childhood, and he probably could have used a happier Christmas from time to time. I'm trying to think. A new tradition I kind of like about Christmas, the time around Christmas is usually closer to Thanksgiving now, but they have the live musicals now a lot. ABC will do the live musicals, like when they did The Sound of Music, that was closer to Christmas time. And they did Peter Pan Live and Hairspray. And yeah, it's usually closer to Thanksgiving, but it's part of the season. So, and I couldn't include it because it's a strictly Thanksgiving movie, but I'll include it because I never get another chance to talk about it. Is The Scent of a Woman. I have to talk about that just for a hot minute. Jerry O'Connell and Al Pacino. I love that movie. I can't help that it's strictly And I want to see The Family Stone again. I liked that movie with I think it was Owen Wilson and Sarah Jessica Parker, I think, was in it. I can't remember. But I've only gotten to see that movie once and I loved it. And I never get the chance to see it. Like, never airs when I notice when I'm looking for it. And I would have to buy it to watch it on TV now. So, not doing that. Hey, you! Don't be touching Nana's stuff. Get out of her room and go into my room, please. Now. Now, child. If I have to go in there and get him, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty at all. Vinny, come here!
I'm coming!
Stop touching Nana's stuff. And I have a question for you. Can you turn that off for a second or pause it? What is your favorite Christmas gift that you have ever gotten? You don't have to be so crazy dramatic about it.
Oh, I'm back!
You're not in the Great Royal Shakespearean Theater right now. You can just answer the question.
What are you doing?
Crawling all over you, isn't it obvious?
Oh!
Vinny, you didn't ask permission.
Can I please be in this?
You can walk over here. Stand over here
I am back!
and behave yourself. What is the favorite Christmas gift you've ever gotten? He's such a freaking ham. Look at this kid.
Beep! Take 3.
Come on, Vinny. What's your favorite Christmas gift?
Bike.
A bike? It was the bike?
A bike.
That's amazing that you even remember you got it for Christmas because you did not make any kind of give two shits deal about it the day you got it. All right. Go in my room with that. Please. Stay out of Nana's room.
In the bike.
Do not. I thought I was going to fall down the stairs. I really did. I think we got another comment.
I want to go in those.
No.
Okay, Mo. I made my mom cry from joy when I got her tickets to Share for Christmas a few years ago.
I remember when
Merry
you did
Christmas,
that.
Vinny, she says.
Oh, Mo says Merry Christmas, sweetheart. I'm going to FaceTime you at some point on Christmas. Just be prepared, okay, Mo? Because I'll probably be doing my thing that I never grew out of, which was, oh my God, look at what I got for Christmas. I love giving gifts, but I also just love getting gifts and showing them off. It's just a spoiled little bitch thing I do. I try not to be like a pain in the ass about it, but there's just a pride thing, and I get excited. So I show people who will put up with me, like Mo, Mo, look what I got. What did you get? What did you get? I want to know what you got. Hi, puppers.
Hi, Enzo.
Are we starving you for attention that much?
Well, we haven't pet him in at least 5 minutes.
I know.
So he can't have that. We have to.
So I'm wondering if I should move the computer and show them my Christmas setup back there. I mean, they can kind of see the tree, but
I'm going to get the whole show.
the whole show?
Mo.
Wow, okay. I don't know what you're referring to right this second. I'm spacing out on the context all of a sudden. I'm like, what? Christmas. So, do you have memories of your Christmas shows that make them special, or are they just shows in general? And I'm murmuring again. I gotta stop muttering. I'm sorry, people.
A lot of my happy times I remember were with my grandma.
Okay.
And because and she passed away in 2004. But so that's a ridiculously long time ago, and I still miss my Nana. But
of course you do.
But she used to make me warm milk.
Oh, my grandma used to do that sometimes too.
Warm milk, and I morning folk. Excuse me. Don't know what that was. I swear I didn't actually. Excuse me, my stomach is making terrible noises.
It was just hilarious how it just slowly built up. Like I could see the air bubble coming from your stomach up into your throat, just looking at you.
I was like,
that sounds like
that?
it hurts.
It wasn't painful, so I'm okay, people. It's all right. It didn't hurt. I'm sure it sounded terrible.
We don't even know if they could hear it.
But
I could hear it.
Mo said, from you,
Okay.
this is what I got for Christmas show.
Oh, yeah, you do. You get the whole show. Yep. Look at this. Look at that. I'm gonna show you this. See how that? Yeah. I get so wound up and excited. I'm still like a kid on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
And it's not being like, it's not trying to show off as much as it's just I get excited and it's like I just want to share. Just share.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to know what she got just as much. No, let me see what you got. You got to show it to me. Come on. What did you get your mom? I love sharing. But it can be hard to move out of that routine. Like I grew up in a middle class family that could afford to spoil me. And
Hold on.
you need to back off, please.
John.
Is that Dean?
No, John Hitfox. Hi. Hi, guys.
Okay, maybe not.
Hey, guys.
Oh, okay.
I need a stomach.
How are you doing? Did it say anything else, or was it just hi, guys? It looks like you're struggling to read.
I am.
right,
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble seeing. I apologize.
It's time for me to put on the magnifying glass, even though we won't be able to see our own faces on the screen anymore.
John.
Hey, guys.
Late.
Late. That's okay. It's okay if you're late. You can share with us, too. We were talking about our favorite and least favorite movies, books, TV shows and specials, and songs for Christmas time.
I am Batman.
Yes, you are. Look at that. And you're also Pikachu.
Ouch.
Okay, get out of here now. Come on.
I watched myself on TV.
You already did. Go.
Where am I?
All right. Now we got Mo who said, okay, I got the show. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you already read that part.
Yes.
All right. And so we're talking about all our favorites, some of our least favorite things. I'm still struggling with things about things I don't like. Oh, something I don't hate it. I will still enjoy watching parts of it, but I can never sit down and watch and enjoy A Christmas Story.
Oh,
with Ralphie. I did when I was younger. I still enjoyed it when I was younger, but I do not really care for it at all now. I don't quite hate it, but I'm pretty close, And I don't understand why. It was such a present part of my childhood. Maybe because the cable company started doing the 24/7 thing. And I couldn't get away from it for a while, even if I didn't have to watch that channel. Out of that room before I come in there and wail on your little white butt. Thank you very much.
I'm going downstairs.
That's absolutely fine. Yeah, I don't know why. I just don't like A Christmas Story. I don't like Elf. Well, I don't hate Elf. Again, I'll watch it sometimes. But it's just, you know what it is I am not a fan of Zooey Deschanel. The only thing I will ever put up with her in is Tin Man. And maybe Once Upon a Mattress. Because there was a movie, like a Disney live type thing. Not live, but how they do Disney Presents, like when they did Brandy and Cinderella and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did something like that with Once Upon a Mattress with the original Winifred, Carol Burnett, but she was playing the queen, the wicked queen in it, the mother.
Oh,
you probably don't know Once Upon a Mattress, but it's based on The Princess and the Pea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Carol Burnett was in it. Zooey Deschanel was in it. The guy who played Will in Glee was in it. Yeah, so the teacher.
The teacher.
Yeah, okay. He was in it. And that was good. But that's not Christmas. It's just I don't like Elf. I don't like Zooey Deschanel. I don't think she can act or sing. She did okay in Once Upon a Mattress, but it wasn't a very demanding singing role either. So, So apparently, the times that I thought I've heard her sing before just weren't suitable for her voice. Don't like Elf. What else? I know. I'm not a big fan of Arthur Christmas, but I can enjoy that one. Vinny loved Arthur Christmas when he first saw it. Like he could not get enough of that one. It was everything. Arthur Christmas. I know I said I wasn't going to list a lot of the Rankin and Bass things. You had Frosty and you had Rudolph, and then I had 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. But I also really like Jack Frost. I don't know why. And there's another movie I almost forgot to mention, Rise of the Guardians. It's kind of like an everyday holiday type thing.
Mhm.
But I love Rise of the Guardians.
Hmm.
Oh, absolutely love that movie. Why am I drawing a blank so suddenly? I must have not gotten enough sleep last night or something. Did you want to mention the Christmas Chronicles or
I thought that was a cute movie on Netflix.
was it a movie or a TV series? Like a short TV series, like a miniseries?
No, I believe it was a movie. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it was a movie.
Because I never actually watched it when I actually had Netflix.
It was cute.
Yeah. Oh, specific things about Christmas that we like. We forgot about that stuff. Like, I love having my tree lit up and just sitting with my cup of cocoa in the dark, staring at my tree, sometimes listening to Christmas music,
Mm-hmm.
driving around and looking at Christmas lights. Up the road from us, about 5 minutes, there is a house that decorates their entire yard, like Whipple's Chapel. Like totally decks out their yard, and you can walk through.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are all these paths you can walk through and look at all their stuff. It's amazing. It's amazing. And then about 15 minutes that way, there's the house. They're lit up for all different seasons and they raise money for charities. But they have like the majorly lit up front yard with the lights. You turn on a specific radio station and the lights are syncopated to the music that plays.
Mm-hmm.
And they always cue it up to the same station. So you can just sit in your nice warm car across the street and watch the lights dance to the music.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
My father always tells me the story about my son going through Christmas lights with him and my stepmother, and he saw SpongeBob, and he said he was barely 2, but he kept saying, "Grandpa, Bob Bob, Bob Bob." So I have humiliated you, Caleb, forever, and it is recorded.
She did her motherly requirement of the decade.
Yes.
I must say something to humiliate you.
Yes.
All mothers need to embarrass their sons once in their lifetime, publicly. Just once.
That's true, and the likelihood that he'll actually find this is probably.
Oh, I'll tell him.
Thanks, Star. Way to keep my my dignity.
It's his dignity, not yours.
Yeah, I know. But he'll be like, "Mom, you told people that?" Yes, I did.
My grandmother used to bring me around to look at the lights, and Willimantic was huge in the lights when I was a kid. I don't know what they do now, if anything. It's been dying a slow, painful death out there.
Yeah.
But, there were some people, they had the big competitions out there when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
And the house where my grandmother was born used to win the competition every year.
Oh.
So every year she'd bring me I was born in that house. Oh, it's beautiful, Grandma. So things I love about Christmas that I rarely, there are things like you can watch a Christmas movie any time of the year. But there are some things that are only available around Christmas time, like driving around and seeing the lights. For me, it's chocolate oranges.
Mm-hmm.
You have a very, very, very hard time finding chocolate oranges unless it is around Christmas time. And if there is not one in my stocking on Christmas morning this year, I will probably have to steal my mother's warmest socks or something as a little bit of payback. You know what I mean? I know I asked for a lot for Christmas and I asked for a lot of expensive things, but that's a $3 item. I would rather have that as my special treat than the 12,000 DVDs I asked for. You know what I mean? And I know I'm not going to get 12,000 DVDs. Just, I have a long list so people can select whatever the fuck they want. Okay, we got 2 big things here. I can't rest. Christmas lights.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, you moved it. You're not
I
supposed
did.
to move it.
I'm sorry. I love Christmas lights. There's a house about a half mile down the road that goes all out with the decorations. There's got to be at least 30 different blow-up figures in the yard.
Lovely. I'm gonna read the next part. I just had to get rid of the magnifier thing.
Okay.
Unfortunately, hardly anyone does much outdoor decorations out here in the sticks. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you live way out there. She lives like 20 minutes away from Gainesville, and Gainesville is not a huge city anyway.
Yeah.
It's a big town. It's like Vernon. but it's not like chocolate.
Right.
So it's like if you're in the sticks from the sticks, you're out there. Yeah. So chocolate oranges. You slam it to eat it. I don't really care for that part, actually. I'm always afraid I'm going to break something or dent the floor because it can be hard to hit hard enough. But one year they actually had chocolate raspberries. And they were the same size as chocolate oranges, so it wasn't like having little raspberries, but they were way better.
Mhm.
It was like that one year they had them.
Yeah.
And I still can't find them again, and it pisses me off. It pisses me off. Driving for lights. The tree atmosphere, I mentioned that, sitting in the dark room and just watching my tree lights, especially these ones don't do it. I can change the setting on these so that
Persimmons.
Okay.
No.
Sorry. I can change these so it goes from the colored lights to the white lights and back to the colored lights. But I used to have a tree in my that it faded from one color to the next. Like a nice slow fade in and out. And it was just really hypnotic. I'm gonna sit here snuggled under my blanket with my monster slippers on and stare at the lights and listen to my Michael Crawford Christmas CD.
Mhm.
You know? Listening to
Why we get along so well.
Yes. That's why they watch us, I think. I could be wrong.
They probably just want to see how crazy we're doing
Probably.
it.
Probably.
Making homemade ornaments. No.
Yes. We have to FaceTime when we're done. You have to show her your peacock Christmas tree topper. She made this thing. It's so freaking beautiful. I don't remember. I can't remember all the materials she used. I think she used some paper mache, but she made the tail out of spoons.
Oh.
And she decorated each spoon separately. And I think they were like the peacock green or the peacock blue spoons, one or the other, and then she painted each one, put the jewel in the center of each one for the eyes, and she's amazing. It's so beautiful. Vinny made an ornament this year. I'm gonna have to turn the magnifier off again to show it.
Okay.
Because otherwise I won't be able to see what I'm showing.
Mm-hmm.
And can you see it in the thing there? It's probably too blurry. It's up there, but it's probably too blurry.
Yeah, it's
right down.
up. It's up to your left.
I hate not being able to see. I hate being
Right
blind.
there.
Vinny just brought this home. He made this with melted crayons at school. Isn't that cool?
It's really cool.
And my grandmother used to dropping stuff. Don't fall. Please don't fall. I don't need my mother screaming at me because you broke. Luckily, that wasn't a snow baby. But if it had been a snow baby ornament, I'd just be dead. My ass would be grass, and she would be the lawnmower. My grandmother used to have decorations that her kids made on the tree.
Mo, the weirdos are the best. They're the most honest.
Got that right.
Yes, that's another thing my son said to me. He said I tend to be kind of blunt. I was like, oh, I don't know where you got that from at all.
No idea where you got
it wasn't
that from.
me. Couldn't have been me.
All right, let's make sure you can still see us both.
Okay.
Kind of, sort of, not really. There we go. You can see us both a little better now.
There we go.
You're going to not be able to read the chat again.
I know. When you see my whole face, excuse me.
All right,
yay, I made it. Epic candle.
Epic! You're at the tail end of it, but you're still here. You're still here. You need to tell us now that you're here. Please tell us about some of your Christmas traditions in Finland. Begging you, because we've been waiting for you to come here.
Yes, we were very excited that we were going to get to hear about what happens.
Dawn was like, I hope Epic can make it. I want to hear about this.
Yes.
Hi, Enzo. We haven't pet him in 5 minutes again. God help us.
Who do we think we are?
Who do you think you are? Hi. Hi, Bob. He probably has to go potty, but you can wait a little while longer, right? Just a little bit. I promise I won't wait so long that you gotta pee the floor or poop your pants, okay? Okay? I promise. You're such a good boy. I know. You're like, yes, I kind of have to go, but I can wait for that. I just want the love.
Yeah.
If it was something else, he'd be like whining and bouncing.
Mhm.
I was gonna say if she had Christmas ornaments from when my parents were kids, she had the wicked old chain of popcorn that she would put on her tree.
Oh.
It was like shellacked or something.
Yeah. My grandmother used to get me to string buttons. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked to do it when I was about 4. Day is
Andy's here.
Andy's
Hi,
here,
Andy.
and I think before that, Epic made.
This is why he doesn't want kids. He said he'll say hi back. I'm sure. Go. He knows your face revealer. Well, that's what happens when you get under the dog's feet. Hey, I think you're going to be fine. Okay. Epic says, well, for one, we opened the presents on the 24th, so we have that going for us. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Some families over here have the tradition where they can open one gift on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of count that as being in my family because technically I get to open things at the Christmas party, at Titu's Christmas party every Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not from under my tree. That's from other family members. And Dave says, I made it too, by the way, but I'm good to stay hidden in the corner. Go, okay. Stay hidden in the corner, but I'm glad you're here. Thank you. I miss you coming. I really do. He's got to find his British way of making that as dirty as possible, but that's what Andy does.
That's what Andy does. What do you expect?
Nothing less.
From what you've told me about Andy.
Nothing less. You've spoken to him. You know.
Yes, this is true. We don't know each other very, very well, but we have spoken.
I remember helping her decorate the tree, and she had these like the bone-shaped dog biscuits, so like milk bones that my father had made into Christmas tree ornaments, like little button eyes and little red ribbon tied around it, a little piece of like velvet making the tongue and black velvet, for the ears. It's so cute, and they're the little cotton ball snowmen, the long string of like shellacked popcorn string. I tried doing the popcorn string thing with Vinny, and I couldn't do it. I'm like, what do I have? I'm like, seriously, do I have to make this stale for a week before I can make it? Because it was falling apart trying to put the needle through. Another long comment. Okay, I got to bring it closer so you might lose sight of us again, guys. See, Epic says, at midday, there's a traditional declaration of Christmas peacetime from Turku, and while there are traditional Christmas foods, and there are, but my mother is a cook, so we never had them. Okay. How does that not have anything to do with your mother having them? I'm not sure I completely understand the context. Aside from Christmas porridge, where finding the almond either meant that you'd get good luck for the next year, or it was your turn to do the dishes, one or the other, throw dice. In other words, whoever was the biggest bastard that year got to get away without doing the dishes. Dawn was telling me about somebody she knew, the Christmas pickle.
Yes, I have a friend that I made a couple years ago, and she was saying, I'm pretty sure it was in Germany, but don't quote me on that. I think it was in Germany. They hang a pickle on the Christmas tree, and so she got her niece a pickle
to put
on her tree, and she said, my niece was just so excited by that. Okay. I don't know how I would react to somebody saying, here's your Christmas pickle.
Yeah. That sounds dirtier than most things Andy would say.
I know.
Tickle your tree with a Christmas pickle.
No.
Help me, God, please.
Vinny, stop running and he'll stop chasing you.
What are you eating?
Iced oatmeal cookies. Can I have one of those? Thank you. Want half?
Sure.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Maybe, Andy, you can share anything you think might be unique for your area or your family. See, we don't have anything specifically unique. Mother and I are always fighting every year as to whether we do the stockings first or last. Because I always remember doing it last, but last year she was like, no, you're supposed to do the stockings first, and we forgot. I'm like, when the hell did this happen? I always went for the stocking last because I knew my chocolate orange was in it and I was going to want to eat it. If I waited until after I opened my presents, then I probably would have eaten breakfast somewhere in the middle of that.
Mhm.
Because I was one of those kids who would actually get bored of opening gifts a little bit because I wanted it to last. So I'd walk away and have breakfast or grab something to eat while I finished opening my presents.
Mhm. Yeah, that wasn't me at all. It was
Yeah.
get me in there and tear it up.
Yeah. That's Vinny now. But yeah, it's like every Christmas, I'm like, Vinny, you need to come and eat something, honey. It doesn't have to be much. And Mom's like, it's Christmas. Just let him get away with it. I'm like, you realize he won't eat until 5 o'clock tonight if he doesn't have breakfast, right? You know? All right.
Mo says we do stocking first.
Yeah, okay. So everybody does it different. So this Christmas, I'll probably end up doing the stockings first because Nana says stocking is first. And in Nana's house, Nana's law goes.
That's right.
But I usually will still put my stocking aside. I'll just pick it up and put it in my room. Traditional foods are ham, different kinds of casseroles like carrot, turnip, sweet potato, and whoopsies, and herring and whatnot. We don't have herring around here.
No.
We, however, had braised duck or capercaillie because Chef Mom. Merrill Lude is a very Welsh thing. A sing horse skull on a stick. Oh, okay. Singing horse skull on a stick. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's-
Might have to explain that one to me.
Yeah.
That is quite bizarre. It makes me think of the hobby horse from like more pagan festivals, like the May Day type festivals and stuff.
Mhm.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the hobby horse? Like, do you remember the movie Wicker Man?
No.
No, that's okay. Yeah, you might not have ever even seen Wicker Man. What am I saying? I mean, you
Oh,
lived
and
with
Vic
me,
says
so there was.
also we have the most depressing Christmas songs ever.
Aw, give us an example. I can go for some sentimental or depressing Christmas songs sometimes, as long as it's not Christmas time is here.
Yeah.
Well, that one also is often sung a little off key because it's kids singing it. That's probably another reason that it hurts my ear. I'm like, oh, pitch much. Ow. Ow. But you're eating food where you shouldn't be, and I want some. Oh, I made my point. We were looking up like a more or less comprehensive, which wasn't anywhere near comprehensive, list of Christmas songs yesterday, and they were talking about ones that were big in the United Kingdom and Ireland, Great Britain and Ireland, I should say. And I was surprised which ones were big over there. Like there was one that over there apparently was big over there called The Fairy Tale of New York. And you would think that would be like an American song, but apparently it never made it in the charts over here. So it's like, well, was it sung by a Brit, written by a Brit, and they went over there for the holidays on vacation, and that's how the story happened. I've never even heard the song, honestly. I had the sheet music, and just based on what I was reading, it seems boring as hell. Just from my personal point of view.
There we go. I literally look like the grass now.
Here's the big question for everybody out there. When it comes to your Christmas tree, artificial or cut it yourself? Epic candle. There's one called Sparrow on Christmas Morning. It's about a girl finding a sparrow, and the sparrow turns out to be the soul of her dead baby brother coming to visit her. Aww. That's kind of sad, but it's still sweet.
It's sweet.
Yes.
It's sad.
For a second, I thought it was going to be like Garth Brooks' The Gift, which is well, it's not a Mexican traditional. It's a very country Christmas song, but it takes place in Mexico, I believe. And there's a little girl. They're going to have their big Christmas celebration, and everybody is supposed to bring the baby Jesus a gift and lay it on the manger at church. Which also makes me think of the movie The Littlest Angel. And she can't find anything, and she's so broke she can't buy anything. But she does find this bird with a broken wing on the side of the road, and she builds it a cage, and she nurses it back to health. And when it's better, she's like, oh, I'm going to bring this and give it to the baby Jesus. And she goes and she sees all the beautiful golden gifts that have been laid there. and she's so ashamed of her gift that she starts to leave the church. And she hears a voice telling her, Maria, if this is your gift, open the door and let me see. And she opens the door of the cage, and the bird flies out into the rafters of the church and starts singing. And it's the most beautiful song she's ever heard a bird sing, and it's the very first Nightingale song.
Oh,
Yeah. And it makes me think of the Littlest Angel movie, which had Ed Gwynn as an angel in the one I saw.
okay.
He has a cartoon version with Ron Perlman does a voice in it. But it's a horrible little version, I'll tell you. I mean, mine was probably a really bad version too, but it's been years. A little boy dies at the very beginning, and he's trying to earn his wings through the whole thing. Well, no, he doesn't try to earn his wings. He gets a little tiny pair of golden, like cherubic wings. And this is biblical days, I guess you could, or pre-Jesus days.
Then you don't lay on the
And
table.
God announces that he's going to have a son on earth, that he would like all the angels to offer up gifts to his son. And the little boy returns to earth and gets his little box of treasures, which is things like a stone, an old butterfly, things like that in his little box of treasures. And then he is so ashamed of it that he kind of just tucks it up, hidden under some other big rich things, and then goes hides in the back of the crowd. And God selects it out of all the gifts as the best gift because they were all the treasures he ever loved. And he said, and my son will live to love all these things as well. And he takes that box of treasures and he turns it into the Star of Bethlehem.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm not trying to make this into a Christian-based Christmas thing, but these are just things that they're pretty,
Mm-hmm.
I grew up Christian, so some of the things I like lean towards the Christian side of things, but they don't have to be Christian for me to love them and be Christmassy. These are just things I grew up with.
No, down.
Okay.
Right there. Well,
Artificial, less flammable, less allergenic, and no pine sap. This is true, and no needles all over the fucking ground as it dies, right?
right.
But I gotta say, I miss the smell. I miss having a good Douglas fir in the house.
Do you remember? I don't know if they still do it, but they used to have this stuff in a spray bottle that they said spray to make your fake tree smell like a real tree.
They still have that, and they have all the wax melt thingies, like my burner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they still have those. They never smell right. Like, if I'm gonna smell a pine tree, I'm gonna smell a real fucking pine tree. Because I don't even like the smell of pine, but when I'm in the mood for the smell of pine, it better be fucking real. Yeah, I'm okay if I just take a bough and literally hang the bough.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need. That's all the pine I need in my house. I like artificial trees, and I'm really starting to fall in love with the ones that actually have the phosphorescent needles that light up rather than the string of lights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have a white one of that in our bedroom.
I want a white one like that for some reason.
Well, it's like it's
little. Yours is a tabletop one.
Mine's a tabletop one. But not very big.
So I've got to ask. She said elk, didn't she? Epic said elk as one of the things they eat.
Braised
right there, elk
or elk, yes.
So, how does elk taste, Epic? I know. How do you describe how something tastes? Well, Dean knows. He'll be like, "Well, it's more gamey than this, less gamey than that." He'll tell me stuff all the time. How does pheasant taste? More gamey than turkey, unless it's wild turkey, of course. He's like, if you want a healthy turkey, you don't get a rearranged turkey.
Minnie, what are you doing?
Minnie, could you please stop playing on the stairs? I didn't call you. What, you want to be part of this? Hang on a second here. Let me put this down here. Come here. Come here. Say hi. Can you talk to everybody? Say hello. He is talking very quietly. We have big, loud, important conversations in this house. Aw. Oh, yeah? Tell me about it. Tell everybody what your favorite thing about Christmas is. Oh, yeah?
Epic said something, but I can't see it.
I'll turn the magnifier back on. Oh, I know. Uh-oh. Oh, he didn't expect you to put your hand there. I think you scared him. Back up, Vinny. Okay. Calm down. Oh, stop it. You big loudmouth. He sounds so scary. He sounds so scary, but he's just talking. I swear to God. That actually did scare me a little bit, though. But I think Vinny stopped by just sticking his hand there so fast. He's like, wait, I'm stuck between two women and there's another hand. Holy shit. Yeah.
Epic says elk is fine. Probably not everyday food, but reindeer is better.
What? Oh.
This message is held for review.
Apparently, I had to make sure it was okay for. I don't know why I had to make sure it was okay to be put up there. Apparently, something isn't okay in that message, potentially. I hope YouTube isn't getting so politically correct that I had to okay somebody saying Merry Christmas, because somebody already said Merry Christmas.
Maybe they didn't like my cat and thunder joke. Sorry, YouTube. Just kidding.
So weird.
Nobody's really gonna do that.
I had to click okay. Mo can say Merry Christmas, Paparenzo. I was like, why can't I see that? And it's like waiting for approval. What? I've never had to do that in my show before. I don't censor the people. You know? I may not answer a person's comment if I find it completely irrelevant. Like somebody going, "Oh, you're really pretty. Are you married?" in my comments. I just will ignore it. I'm not going to censor it.
Alert.
Penny, get out of the conversation, please.
Right here.
Get out of the conversation, please.
Merry Christmas, Papa Enzo.
Yeah, you didn't hear me read that a second ago? You're trying so hard to be a part of it, you'd think you would pay attention.
Yay!
Somebody's getting a little crazy over here. And he's going to end up with another egg on his head if he is not careful.
I felt so bad. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I don't think you guys, any of you, well, Epic saw the jump leap.
Yeah.
Epic saw him try to brain his own, try to bash his own brain in, but I think she's the only one, you and Epic are the only ones that did.
Yeah.
Hello, Enter Bam! That was brilliant. I used to love We Wish You a Merry Christmas. I used to love that song. Now it's just kind of there for me. Just exists. It's just there. All right. I'm going to say it. I fucking love the Christmas shoes. Fight me. Fight me. And Santa, I'm right here. And my name is Christmas Carol. And Angels Among Us, even though it's not a Christmas song. Fuck it, I'm going all the way. Alabama's Angels Among Us. Yep. There's my statement. I love these sappy songs. Fight me. Do you feel that way about anything ever? Like Christmas opinions, particularly? Or anything in general, but...
Not really. None of it's that. We also have Christmas sauna, which is great because you get to be clean and relaxed for gift opening time.
Oh, yeah. I'd go for that.
Yeah.
It's like, hello, my name is Finn. Welcome to the sauna. Of course, that's a different part of the country. That's a different accent. That's from Frozen, but it's still fun. It's still fun. I'm playing with it. I'm running with it. Who doesn't love a good sauna? Seriously,
that's true.
The Y up here has a sauna. Actually, they have a sauna and a steam room.
Oh,
I prefer the steam room, honestly, because I can actually breathe in there. You've got the dry heat and the wet heat. Which one would you like? Or would you like to go from one to the other? Go sweat a little, go dry off. My. Only thing that sucked was when I had a membership there, I couldn't go in there with him. He had to be like 12 or 14 or 16 for all those different things. Like
also, we have Christmas sauna. Blah blah blah.
Go away, please. Now you're irritating me.
I want to read this.
Benny, could you please go into my room and watch your YouTube videos there? Thank you, my dear.
In here?
I said my room. He wants to be beat, I swear. He was pretty well behaved last time, and I was doing it by myself, so I appreciated that. I mean, I'm sure the fact that he was virtually concussive helped.
Probably. I remember you saying to me, remind me to check on him. And each time I would think to say check on him was the time you would call out Vinny. And I'm okay, I guess I don't have to do my job.
Well, I was worried I would go off on a tangent about something and I'd forget to check on him.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I'm doing the live stream. It's not my fault he was silly. She's like, don't hit him. Don't do it. Don't go there. You will end up hitting him and you will regret it. Do not go there. Breath. I saw that look in your eyes. Take a deep breath.
Please breathe. This is a no violence zone.
It is a no violence zone. Oh, I just have to breathe through it sometimes when he gets like that. Well, this is why we started a little early. Was A, it wasn't going to be a hugely long stream, and B, I start getting tired really fast once it gets dark. So in the wintertime, I got to get the stuff over with, because if we ended almost 9 o'clock again, I'm going to be like drop dead tired. But this was really fun. I honestly wish I could think of more.
Yeah.
It feels really abridged because there's so much amazing Christmas stuff out there, but I guess sometimes you just get into things you're really comfortable with.
Right.
Oh, I didn't talk about my mall Santa.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I want to talk about my mall Santa. I mean, we all know what mall Santas, some of them are awesome, some of them are horrible, some of them are jokes. I mean, we've run into 4 different Santas. I mean, my Stop and Shop had Santa arrive there, and we were there when Santa was there walking around giving candy canes to the kids, gave one to Vinny. He walked away, and I'm like, Santa's on Slim Fast. Because it was hanging off a hand like this guy was my size. You know? Santa's on Slim Fast this year, apparently. And apparently he's not Nordic anymore. Apparently he's very, Latino or something. And his complexion looked very different. Which I don't care. Santa can be from wherever. But if you really want him to look like, the new Odin, then that's probably not going to be his coloration. I don't give a damn, but it was funny, The mall where I went for many, many, many years had a husband and wife as the mall Santa and Mrs. Claus taking the pictures. And I didn't see too many of these examples personally, but I was always hearing about the stories of this Santa Claus doing extra things. Like one time there was a special needs young man, probably in his mid-20s, but, had very much the mind of a child. And I think he had like severe cerebral palsy. Like yours just affects your leg and a little bit of your brain, just a little bit.
Yeah.
It stunts it a little bit, but whatever, you're functioning.
Right.
This kid was the full blown,
like worse than
vegetable almost.
Like, yeah.
And Santa got up off his like big throne chair, and he walked over to say hi. And a lot of Santas will do that. But then he looked at his caretaker and he said, "Would it be okay if I picked him up?" It's like, yeah, it's okay. He might not have been in his 20s. He could have been older, but it could have been younger. But he still wasn't a little kid. And he picked this guy up and he carried him over the throne. He sat in his lap and he gave him a free picture with Santa. Cool. Yeah. I mean, this is how out of the way he would go. And I'm sure there are lots of Santas that would do that. But there are also a lot of mall Santas that would not do that. They would be like, "No, give me the $18 for my wallet-sized picture." Some of them. And I love Santas. They'll go out their way like that, and they'll sit there and they'll really just talk to you, and they'll make sure you're comfortable, and they'll do it however you need. My experience was, sometimes they'll charge you for the extra people or whatever, in the photo. But Vinny's second or third Christmas, he wasn't scared of Santa, but he was scared of sitting on Santa's lap by himself and taking the picture. He would walk up to him and talk to him, but he wouldn't even touch him. He was like just nervous.
I have to charge my phone.
Okay. And he was so nervous. He's like, "I want my mommy, my Nana, and my Gampy." And so they let 3 of us go take the picture with him, and we had to be kind of halfway between him and Santa, so we had to form a little barrier and just let Santa stick his face in the picture. And he was like, That's cool. Whatever makes him comfortable, you know.
Mhm.
But because he still wanted to take the picture, you know.
Yeah.
And we had that picture for a long time until we started burning anything that had to do with the man in the picture. You know?
For good reason.
Yeah, for very good reason. But you know, I mean, it wasn't Santa's fault that we had to get rid of every shred of evidence that that man ever existed. It was the man that existed. It was his fault. All right, wanted to make sure that was still the same old thing. But yeah, okay.
I think there's a metal Christmas mass they hold in a church in Helsinki. It's been going on for years, if I recall correctly.
Metal? Metal.
Yeah. METAL. That's metal, isn't it?
Do you mean that like hair metal, or do you mean something else? Is there a translation thing going on here? I'm sorry, that just is throwing me. I'm thrown.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah, it says metal.
That's what it says.
Making sure that I didn't. Yeah, metal music.
Okay, that kind of kicks ass. I could go for that.
Mhm.
Metal mass. Those
Yeah.
people are open. I like that. You
Mm.
know, if you tried to pull that here, it would not go over.
No.
It would not go over well.
No, it wouldn't.
They'd be like, "No, this is secular. Get out of here." Well, non-secular, I should say. Uh, that's phenomenally awesome. Even though I'm not a big fan of metal, personally, that's just the fact that it exists is phenomenal.
I bet your husband would like it.
Oh, probably.
He'd want to work out to it. That's what
He'd actually go to church. He would actually be like, "I'll see what this is about again." Sure.
I remember the first time we went to the gym and your husband was like, I'm going to play this music. And I listened and I was like, you exercise to that. Oh, interesting.
What was he listening to?
Metal.
It was
like
metal?
Disturbed and stuff like that. Like
That's not my husband. That's weird.
I just
he
thought it was-
listens to everything, but that's just not his style as much. So it's like last night when we were looking through the Queen of the Damned soundtrack, and
Mhm.
I was like, you know, I hate this kind of music, but I love these songs. I love these songs.
Finland has the most metal bands per capita in the entire world, so it was pretty inevitable.
Isn't Avatar from Finland, or is that somewhere else? Could you correct me about where Avatar is from, please, if you know? I know they're not from America. That's all I know for sure.
Mhm.
They could be from literally anywhere
Disturbed
else.
is not metal. That's true, but I
That's
couldn't come
true.
up with the other word. Sorry, Mo.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mo, just couldn't come up with the other.
Yeah. It was
Term.
harder than we're used to hearing Dean listen to.
Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Yeah. Because the only thing Dean essentially won't listen to is rap.
Right.
He'll listen to just about anything else.
Yeah, Avatar is
Swedish. Thank you. I knew if you didn't answer me, then Mo would, because that's
They
like their
both do.
favorite people ever.
Yeah, they both.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Mo tried to introduce me to Avatar, and I said, "Thank you for giving me my nightmares for the next year and a half." Fuck you. Terrifying music. I cannot handle that shit. Or the Icelandic black metal, death metal that they have in the Sinister soundtrack. Oh, I can't do it. No, anything harder than Metallica, I cannot do it. No. The Queen of the Damned soundtrack is it, and that's just a couple of songs. It's a couple of songs. Vinny, are you in Nana's room again?
Yes.
Get out.
He said he had to charge his phone.
Fine excuse. Right? Fine excuse. I know where you are. Gosh. Super campy.
Avatar.
I don't care what they are. They terrified me. I don't care. That's scary shit.
Far from black metal. Well, I defer to Mo on that because
That's
I'm
fine.
not.
You don't know who Avatar is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dean will listen to anything, but I'm used to him identifying anything from like as early as the Big Bopper.
Mhm.
Or even earlier. Like, I'm the person that knows stuff before the Big Bopper, like Billie Holiday and Nelson Eddy. And then he'll pick up from like the Big Bopper-ish era. and go every single genre forward to about 1995. And then after that, he knows a lot, but he picks and chooses.
Mhm.
Like, it's hard to get a song by him if it's from anywhere from between 1950 and 1995.
Epic. Apocalyptica is Finnish, and it's symphonic metal.
That sounds
which
cool.
Means metal with cellos.
I could dig that. That I could dig. Is anything like Metallica's S&M album? Because I could dig that. We're getting a little off course here, but that's okay. We're having fun.
Yep.
Except I think I'm going to have to make myself some chamomile because all my sinuses are going crazy right now. Okay. I'll be right back, okay, guys? And you don't have to worry about filling the silence because you're waiting for an answer.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my thing. Everybody that's in the chat, your favorite Christmas song and your favorite Christmas movie. Just your flat out favorite.
And so why are you licking that?
What is he licking?
The pad on the chair.
Somebody probably got crumbs on it.
Probably. Fine.
I always have to get up at least once during these things, don't I? It has been 2 hours now. At least I feel better if we end up stopping now. I just don't like short streams. I just don't like doing really short streams. It's just a me thing. All right. Hi, Pupper. I know. I love you too, baby. Like, all of my sinuses just started going berserk. Like, my eyes are clouding over. My nose is up. My throat is getting all phlegmy. It's like, wow. Where the hell did you come from? In like 2 minutes, this hit. Oh, so number one favorite movie out of all of those. Like, one you like, if you didn't watch it during the Christmas season, like, obviously you'll live, but you would feel like something was wrong.
The Grinch.
The Grinch?
The Grinch.
Okay. And song?
That's kind of harder to pick.
Yeah. That's why I make you think about it.
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Okay, that's fair. You didn't even list that in your Christmas songs that you.
I know, I didn't even put that in the list, but I would be like, I got into that one as I got older. The little.
Yeah, I've heard that one so much. That's one of the ones I despise now, but not because it's a bad song. Right. It's not a bad song. Yeah. I'm just like, it's like my heart will go on. Would you fuck off for that song already? Okay. Last Christmas, Wham! Can't resist all the cheeriness. Cheesiness.
Oh God, Grinch animated.
The original OG, yeah. Yeah, the Boris Karloff one. My favorite Christmas movie is probably Rare Exports because it's nice and weird, and my favorite song, that's a horror movie, by the way. And my favorite song is this old Finnish song Mom used to sing every Christmas to my great grandma. Okay. I don't, that's very nondescript, but okay. That's fair. It's okay. It might not be known over here. My favorite Christmas movie is what?
Andy just said no one is mentioning Die Hard, best Christmas movie.
I knew he was going to bring up something like that. Yeah, we said no, Die Hard may take place on Christmas, but it is not a Christmas movie. I don't know if you said that, but I said that.
Yeah, that's true.
I respect people who hold it as a Christmas movie, but I don't hold it as a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, I've only seen it all the way through twice. I have it, and I've been meaning to watch it again, but I haven't. I mean, I bought the second movie too, and I've been meaning to watch it since I bought it from the flea market, and I still haven't watched it. Die Hard has not been my series, but I need to watch Alan Rickman again in something, so I'll be watching that soon.
And Epic said something too.
Whoa, Epic said, I literally...
No, that's Mo.
Okay, that's Mo.
Go up a little bit.
Probably not as far as I know. It's only in Finnish and Swedish. Okay. And she says, I literally watched Rare Sparks 4 days ago, and then we got blast from her. Yeah, well, you would know, Andy. You would know. You would know exactly what blasphemy is. All you ever do around me is blaspheme. Like every time I have an opinion of something, Hazel differs. I'm like, you blasphemer. I'm always calling you a blasphemer. Lies and deceit. Okay, favorite Christmas movie in the world for me. My number one, George C. Scott, A Christmas Carol.
Okay.
Like, life just does not feel complete if I don't watch it at some point before New Year's. Even if I don't watch it all the way through. Gotta see some part of it, Put it on in the background, don't care. My absolutely favorite Christmas song. It's a tie between Oh Holy Night and Silver Bells.
Okay, Epic Candle just said, oh, neat. What are your thoughts?
About which, are
think
you
she-
asking Mo about rare exports?
I think she's asking.
Yeah, I think so too. Hi, baby. So I don't think I've ever had this many people in my chat room before. Like, I don't know if Dino's still here because he just said the one thing, but he was here.
He was there, and I can't see what.
And John, somebody was here.
Yeah.
It's like, I've had a lot of people here today.
Yeah.
Yay! I'm getting more popular. That's sort of important when you want to keep your channel alive. I don't have to be really popular. I don't have to have 100 subscribers. I'm up to 30 subscribers now, guys. Let's see. What did it say down here? Or did it say up top somewhere?
Up top somewhere. Five.
Woohoo! We broke a record, Dawn.
Yep.
No, I really liked it. I enjoy weird movies. I haven't seen it. I think I had the opportunity to and just didn't get into it at the time, but it could have been the mood I was in. I want to see another. Well, I'm going to be watching the Guy Pearce Christmas Carol as soon as all 3 of the episodes are out. But that looks really tripped out. That looks like, what the hell are you doing to A Christmas Carol? Like, it's like the bare bones are going to be there, and then they're just going to go like Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock Holmes, like out there with the rest of it. It's what it looks like. And I wish Rutger Hauer had lived long enough to play the ghost of Christmas Present. Or maybe it was past. It definitely wasn't yet to come. But it's like, oh man, I was so heartbroken when I found that out. It's like, wait, Rutger's dead? Since when? Lothos, come back! Or Martin. I liked him better as Martin in Flesh and Blood than I did as Lothos. Yeah, so I haven't seen Rare Exports, but I want to see another old-fashioned Christmas movie of some kind. It can be horror, it can be fantasy, it can be just period, it could be a family thing.
Epic.
Nice. But I love A Lion in Winter, which is a period family Christmas drama. And there are 2 versions of that movie, by the way. There's the 70s version with Peter O'Toole, Katharine Hepburn, Anthony Hopkins, Timothy Dalton, other people. The guy who played King Arthur in Excalibur, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember his name. I can never remember his name. But then there's the TV movie remake with Patrick Stewart and Glenn Close. And then other people who went on to become big, but were horrible because it was their first big role ever. And they really had not learned their trade yet.
It says in yay for 30.
Yeah. But it really just, it's not good. I hate to say that. I love Glenn Close. She is amazing as an actress. She's my favorite actress ever. And she did really good for somebody who had to follow up Katharine Hepburn's portrayal. It's like somebody trying to play Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire after Vivien Leigh did it. You are just not going to be able to hold a candle to that. There's just something special about it. So it's not Glenn Close's fault at all. Just like it's not Patrick Stewart's fault that he followed Peter O'Toole.
Eh.
But his mighty thespian did not get him through that movie. No. No. He probably, well, I don't know if he wants to pretend it never existed, but if I were him, I would. I mean, he did better in his cameo in the movie Life Force, which is about, a succubi, like an alien vampire. Okay? About a naked alien vampire lady that sucked the life out of him. I'd be more proud of that movie. So it's just, I love Patrick. I would never diss him, ever. And never disrespect him, but that movie just should not have been made. And that's a personal bias. It's not his fault. I prefer the one with Anthony Hopkins. Maybe we'll watch that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we won't have time tomorrow, so we'd probably have to watch it tonight, which means we'd be up kind of late. But we can watch a little bit of it, half tonight, half tomorrow morning, maybe.
That sounds good.
Yeah. And yeah, so what shall we hang? The Holly or each other? What's it gonna be? I'm never gonna get the end. The other lines are fabulous too, but that's the good Christmas line. They have this. Katharine Hepburn has all these monologues, like to the camera, breaking the fourth wall, more or less, And then she has things that she says to the kid, like to her grown sons. And like, there's one scene where Anthony Hopkins' character, Prince Richard, pulls a knife on Prince John, and it's like, oh, it's not. Well, first John says it's not that hard. Say John wins, I lose. And he's like, and what if John should die? And he whips out a knife. He's chasing him around their mother's bedroom. He's like, a knife, he has a knife. And Katharine Hepburn's like, of course he has a knife. We all have knives. My darlings, it is 1492 and we are barbarians. It's like she has these beautiful lines. Bless you. There's this one line where she has like this jewelry, like weird jewelry. I think it's supposed to be hung on her crown. She's like, I'd hang you from the nipples, but you shock the children.
Honey, what are you doing in there? I thought you weren't supposed to be in Nana's room.
I know how silly it is that I'm getting so riled up and excited about a movie.
And yay for 30!
Yeah, I know.
About a movie that is basically really slow and quiet.
Hi, Vinny. You're gonna fall asleep on me?
But you have to love a dysfunctional family drama.
Yep. I'm sleeping on you.
You are?
I gotta say, even though I don't like A Christmas Story anymore,
How dare you! I am gonna get you.
there's something to be said for the Chinese Christmas carolers at the end. When they all go to the Chinese restaurant for dinner, and they're like, "What?" And they bring out the duck, and he's like, the mom's laughing and crying hysterically because dinner was initially ruined, and they're here at the Chinese restaurant, the only place in town that's open on Christmas. And he's like, well, it's smiling at us, and they're like, oh, takes out a cleaver and just pops the head off right in front of everybody. And then they're all, I mean, you've seen A Christmas Story, right? You remember it? No? Like, and they're, deck the house with boughs of holly, It's very racist, but very funny, if you know what I mean. It's like that harmless racist, if you can call it that. Just like that. It's just meant for laughs.
Mm-hmm.
It's not meant for insult. It is meant for laughs. Because the dad is trying to be like, tell them it's fa la 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 la, and they're like, fa ra 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 ra. Oh my god. Like there are things about the movie I love. I would probably still watch it most years, but it's just like, it's not a staple for me. I hate it being a staple as much as it is anymore. And like I said, it's probably because of the 24-hour, 7-day-a-week marathons that they have every single year now. All month. Like for like 13 days of Christmas. Too much for me. Just much. All right, guys. I am starting to get really tired. And my sinuses are starting to act up. And I have a Christmas party I have to go to tomorrow. So I think I'm going to quit and rest. But we will be FaceTiming you for a couple of minutes, Mo. Because you've got to show her that peacock, if that's okay. All
I
right,
would
guys?
love to see it.
Yeah,
I'm
Gotta
very
show
excited.
her.
I need to see it.
you need to see it. You definitely need to see it.
Sounds awesome. I just want to be able to like.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you all for coming, making this the most visited live stream I've had so far. It's so exciting. See?
And Merry Christmas to all. Bye. And also good night. We have to say all bye together.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Bye.
Let's end the stream.
I always am such a
I'm
doofus.
Tarzan at the end.
No, you're not. You're not doofus, I promise.
Yes, I
Yes.
am.
End.
Would you like to end your stream? Yeah.